In this video, I'm going to be ranking every single dark matter card from worst all the way to best in NBA 2K23 My Team. I won't be counting the 3 collection awards dark matter cards, the Dave Cowens, the Moses Malone, and the George Gervin, because not that many people have them. So just going to be going over all the other dark matters, and I'm also recording this before Paul George is released. So once you guys are seeing this, Paul George will be in the game, but I'm doing this before Paul George is available. So this is going to be me ranking every single dark matter card in the game currently from worst all the way to who are the best dark matter cards in the game. So starting off here at number, I believe it's 37, is going to be the dark matter Larry Bird. He's a small forward, power forward, 6'9". I mean, we just know Larry Bird isn't that great of a card. One of the most disappointing and just underwhelming cards probably in my team history. I mean, he just did not live up to the hype and the expectations. I mean, Larry Bird is easily the worst dark matter. At the number 36 spot is going to be dark matter Tim Duncan. Just like Larry Bird, I mean, he was good for his time and was a very solid big man, but now I just don't think he's really that great of a power forward. Just has his release on normal timing and no good dribble sigs. At the number 35 spot is going to be a card that actually just recently came out, and that is the dark matter Isaiah Thomas, who is a point guard shooting guard, 6'1" with a 6'4" wingspan. And that is the main reason why he's going to be super low on this list, is the fact that he's 6'1" and he's just going to get pushed under the rim. I mean, nowadays most point guards that are really good are at least 6'6", mostly like 6'7", 6'8", and if you got a 6'1" Isaiah Thomas, you're probably just going to get mashed every play. And at the number 34 spot, that is also why Jimmer Fredette's going to be super low, is because the fact that he's 6'2". I know offensively he's such a good offensive card, like he's a really good dribbler, he's got a great jump shot, he can really create his own shot, and he can still score the ball at a very high level. So if you guys play Clutch Time online or TTO offline online, he's going to be a very good card for that. I'm just thinking in Unlimited, he's going to really struggle in a 5v5, full 5-minute quarter game. He's going to really struggle against the Ben Simmons, the Sengun, those type of point guards. At the number 33 spot is going to be another short point guard. I think Derrick Rose is like not terrible. I think he's probably like a usable point guard. He's 6'3" with a 6'8" wingspan. Just his rim running ability is going to really make up for his lack of defense. And also he does have like a pretty good player model in game. But yes, he's still going to get pushed under the rim by Ben Simmons, a Sengun, all those tall point guards. So that's why he's at number 33. But at the number 32 spot, we're finally starting to get some taller point guards in the dark matter Dwayne Wade. I mean, his jump shot, he's got like the opposite problem of like a Derrick Rose, a Jimmer Fredette, where those cards are so good on the offensive end and they just struggle on defense. That is the complete opposite for Dwayne Wade. He's so good on the defensive end, and that's what honestly makes him higher than those cards, but his jump shot is only on quick timing and it's a super slow and beta release. So for that reason, he's got to be in it there at number 32. Number 31 is going to be dark matter Tyler Hero, a really nice offensive point guard. He's 6'5", only with a 6'3" wingspan. He does have a pretty good jump shot and some very good dribble sigs. I just maybe wish he had a better size up escape and had some better defensive stats and badges. But all around, I mean, I would say are probably first actually usable dark matter in the game. I mean, I would say you could still run him on your squad and have a lot of success with. At the number 30 spot is going to be another trophy case dark matter, the final out of the 3. And I think Dr. J is still somewhat usable in game. Like his jump shot's only on normal timing, so that's going to be a huge flaw about the card. He's got barely any good dribble sig, so he's going to be super outdated compared to the top 5 to 10 shooting guards in the game currently. But I still feel like he's better than the dark matter cards previous, and is going to be at number 30. At number 29 is going to be dark matter Oscar Robertson. I just never really found too much success with this card. His jump shot is solid. I mean, his upper is good, but his base is kind of meh, to be honest. Don't love his dribble sigs. I mean, they're decent, but they're nothing crazy. To me, he's just a very mid point guard in the game. At the number 28 spot is going to be the dark matter Anthony Davis, another pretty underwhelming dark matter card. I mean, I just really wish they would have changed his jump shot, because this release on quick timing is just so slow. Maybe if it was on very quick, it would be slightly better, but still, I don't think it'd be a great jump shot. AD does play really good defense in game and can grab rebounds, finish at the rim, but that jump shot really does hurt the card. At the number 27 spot is the dark matter Chris Bosh, a really good stretch big, being 6'11" with a 7'3" wingspan. I mean, the card can shoot the ball at a very high level, tons of Hall of Fame shooting badges, and does have a 92 3 ball. So Chris Bosh, I would say, is a very solid dark matter. At the number 26 spot, it kind of seems a little bit low, but it's going to be the dark matter Shaquille O'Neal. I just don't like the fact that he can't really shoot threes, but he's good at everything else for a big man. He could maybe be a little bit higher on this list, but for example, at number 25, I do have the dark matter Lonzo. I think that could be maybe somewhat of a close debate, but I think Lonzo overall is just going to play better on the court than a card like Shaq. He's a very good defender. Jump shot isn't the greatest, but it's not like terrible. And then he also does have the Steph Curry escape, so his movement's going to be pretty good. I just think Shaq has that one big flaw with his jump shot. Going to be really hard to green with this card wide open, compared to Lonzo has less flaws and overall I think is more complete of a card. But if you like Shaq and you want to put him higher than Lonzo, I think that's perfectly cool to do so. At the number 24 spot is actually going to be Dark Matter Greg Oden. I think one of the more underrated big men in the game. I'm not saying he's on that, Yao Ming, Taco Fall, Kristaps level, but I still think for a card that doesn't go for a crazy amount of MT anymore, I feel like he's not a terrible big in the game. He's got a really wide player model. I think he plays a lot like Shaq, but does have a jump shot and can green wide open. So I feel like that's the biggest difference between a Greg Oden and a Shaq. But at the number 23 spot is going to be another Bracket Busters Dark Matter, and that's going to be the Dark Matter Grant Hill, who I feel like is another pretty underrated card in the game. He's 6'8" at the 2 with a 6'11" wingspan. He does have some very good defensive stats. I mean, the card's got great stats and badges and a very solid jump shot. It's just so annoying that they gave him no good dribble sigs like at all, so the card's movement is going to be terrible. If he had better sigs, he would honestly be a lot higher on this list, but I do think he's probably going to be in here at number 23. I think that is right, because he was 24, 25. I might be getting the numbers mixed up a little bit. I think Grant Hill was 22, or is he 23? I think he was 23, and then KD is going to be 22. So I have the Supersonic KD at 22, and then the Hero version at 21. I think they're basically the same card. I really don't think there's that big of a difference. Besides, the strength is a little bit higher on this card, and he does have, 10 more Hall of Fame badges? I just really don't think it's that big of a difference. They have the same jump shot, same dribble sigs. I mean, yes, the Hero KD is better, but by a crazy amount, I would say no. So they both got to be, basically at the same spot. So I got the Supersonic KD at number 21, I think it is, and then 20 for the Hero. Once again, probably getting the numbers mixed up, but doesn't really matter too much. At the number 19 spot is going to be the Dark Matter Giannis. I think he's such a good small forward in game. If you do like cards that are super tall, play really good defense, and can really guard the 1 through 4, and usually guard the 1 through 5, unless you're versing a Yao Ming or like a Kristaps. And even on a card like Kristaps, I feel like Giannis still does a pretty good job because of his defensive stats, his badges, and overall his player model is still one of the best in the game. At the number 18 spot is going to be Dark Matter LeBron. I think wherever Giannis goes, LeBron's got to go as well. I think they're very, very similar as cards, where they just play way and above their stats and badges. So LeBron at 18 and Giannis at 19. At my number 17 spot is going to be the Dark Matter Clyde Drexler, a very underrated shooting guard in the game, I will say. He's really good at going to the basket, 6'7" with a 6'10" wingspan. I mean, that's the main thing about Clyde is going to be his rim running ability, and he does have like a capable jump shot and very decent dribble sigs with the Steph Curry escape, so he can hit people with the Curry slide. At the number 16 spot, I am going to be going with the Dark Matter Kobe. I think Kobe and Clyde is a very close debate of who's better at the shooting guard spot. I wasn't really sure of who to put, Kobe or Clyde, so let me know, who do you guys like more at the shooting guard position? I think I prefer Kobe by a little bit, just because his jump shot I do prefer a little bit more than Clyde's, and then dribble sigs are very, very similar. Kobe's probably a little bit better on defense as well, but a very close debate between Kobe and Clyde Drexler. At the number 15 spot is going to be Dark Matter LaMelo Ball. I mean, he's like decent. He's got a good jump shot. He's 6'7" with a 6'10" wingspan. Not my favorite point guard in the game. I think he's super overrated and super overpriced. Like, I just wouldn't recommend picking up this card, but still going to be in here at the number 15 spot. At number 14 is going to be Dark Matter James Worthy, a very underrated small forward, I will say. I know he's super overpriced, or at least was, because of the Terry Dischinger lock-in, but as a card in himself, he's a very nice small forward. He's 6'9" with a 7-foot wingspan, plays good defense in game, has a capable jump shot, and very solid dribble sig. So I do have James Worthy at number 14. Number 13 is going to be Dark Matter Wilt. Once again, not my favorite card in the game. He reminds me a lot of just a better Shaq. That's the way that I kind of look at it, because yes, he does have an 83 ball and some gold shooting badges, which is cool, but I mean, this jump shot is just so hard to agree with. So for me personally, he's just a better Shaq in the sense that he's a little bit, I would say a little bit more athletic, just because of his wingspan, and his player model is a little bit more lanky, which is usually really good in my team. So For that reason, I think Wilt is going to be in it here at number 13. At number 12 is going to be Dark Matter Devin Booker. This is where, to me at least, we start getting to the elite cards at their position. Like Devin Booker at number 12, I think he's probably a top 3 or 4 point guard in the game, and he's going to be super nice on the offensive end. Did I say he's number 13 or number 12? I don't even remember. I think he's number 12, but I could be wrong. He's really nice on the offensive end, still one of the best offensive point guards in the game, and does play some very solid defense. At number 11 is going to be Dark Matter Malik Sealy, the new one of the new RNG cards from season 6. He's going to be a nice shooting guard, but can also play small forward. I think he's got great defensive stats, really good defensive badges, especially in Hall of Fame. And then you take a look at his jump shot. I wish he maybe had a better base, like for example, like Rudy Gay base or maybe Kyle Kuzma base. I think that would have been a lot better for Sealy, but still a really good 3-and-D2 guard. He can knock down the 3, move a little bit, and going to be a very solid defender. At the number 10 spot, finally getting to the very elite cards at their position, and some of the best Dark Matters is going to be D-Rob. I think he's a really good center power forward, 7'1" with a 7'5" wingspan. We all know what D-Rob can do. He's going to be a very good defender, only missing one Hall of Fame defensive badge, which is pick dodger. He can knock down a 3 wide open, and all around is still one of the best bigs in the game. At the number 9 spot, I do think the Dark Matter Cream is just slightly better than D-Rob. If you want to put D-Rob over Cream, I think that's perfectly cool to do so. I just prefer Cream a little bit more because of his athleticism, the fact that he's a little bit better maybe on the defensive end, but I do think he's also a little bit more athletic where he can run the floor better and finish at the rim, but very close at that Dark Matter tier. At the number 8 spot is going to be another really good defensive card in the Dark Matter Bill Russell. If we're talking about Dark Matter small forwards, I do think he's the best in the game. I mean, Dave Cowens probably could be on this list because he's a really good small forward. It's just like literally nobody has him, so I can't see any gameplay and footage on the card, but I would say right now, Bill Russell is still the best Dark Matter small forward in the game at the number 8 spot. At number 7 is going to be Dark Matter Cade. I think him and Jimmy Butler are so close, so I do have Jimmy Butler at 6. I'm starting to see the light of why people are saying Jimmy Butler is better than Cade. I'm still kind of back and forth of who I think is better at the point guard position between the Dark Matter Cade and the Dark Matter Jimmy. So let me know in the comment section down below, who do you guys think is the better point guard, Jimmy Butler or Cade? I think Jimmy brings a little bit more defense to the table, and I think Cade might be slightly better on offense. So I'm gonna throw Jimmy at number 6 for now, and then Cade at number 7. But I do think I'm kind of back and forth between these two point guards. At the number 5 spot, I think I could be wrong. I think this is number 5, or it might be number 6. Like I said, my numbers are probably off, but Dark Matter Hakeem, I think is actually a super underrated big man in my team right now. I do like him more than D-Rob. I like him more than Kareem, and I think that's the only bigs we've really gone over. Like, I do like him more than Wilt. I mean, it is close. Like I will say, if you want to put D-Rob or you want to put Kareem over him, I think that's perfectly cool to do so. I just really like this card's jump shot and think he can green at a very high level in the catch and shoot situations, and then all around going to be a very good defender, super athletic, and one of the best bigs in my team. I think this is actually right at number 5. I do think is going to be the Dark Matter Dikembe. I think he's slightly better than Hakeem Olajuwon. Not a massive difference. I just think he's a little bit better at center. I like Hakeem more at the power forward spot, but very close as to Dark Matter big man. And then at number 4 is going to be the Steve Smith, who I think could be at number 3. I do have a big over him just slightly, but Steve Smith, probably the 3rd best shooting guard in the game. Super nice on the offensive end. I think he's kind of on that Tracy McGrady level and that Terry Dischinger that we'll talk about here in a second, but all around, a very good card in Steve Smith. He's got a great jump shot, really good dribble sigs, and does play very good defense in game. I do have Dark Matter Kristaps over him though. I'm not 100% sure if I want to keep it like that. I just think for the value Kristaps provides, I mean, he's easily, in my opinion, maybe not easily, but I do think he's the best Dark Matter big in the game, because we can't include Yao Ming or Taco Fall because they're Galaxy Opals and Pink Diamonds. So if we're talking about Dark Matter bigs in the game, I think Kristaps is easily the best, at least in my opinion. I mean, I don't mean easily, because Dikembe, Hakeem, even D-Rob, Kareem are all very good bigs in the game. I just like the fact that he can stretch the floor. He's 7'3" and plays really good defense for a Kristaps card. And then number 2 and number 1 is really a coin toss. I got T-Mac at 2 and Terry at 1, but if you want to throw T-Mac at 1 and Terry at 2, go ahead. I think they're basically 1A and 1B. But let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about my Dark Matter rankings? It's a lot harder than I thought it would be to rank like the top 40 Dark Matters in the game, so I might be a little bit off here and there. So let me know if you guys do have any questions. I mean, there's some cards that It's hard to tell when you're just kind of looking through all of them. So maybe like some cards I'd move like 1 or 2 spots if I were to perfect this list. But in my opinion, these are my top, 40 dark matters in the game, which is every single dark matter. There's currently 40 in the game, but I'm only including 37 because I'm not counting Dave Cowens, Moses Malone, and George Gerving. So that's me ranking every single dark matter card in the game from number 37 all the way to number 1. Let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about my list? And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.